It is a bold move by a group of scammers.
Not one, but two fraudulent checks sent to Brownsville's chief of police to the police station. Now he's speaking out, warning others.
Action Force Daisy Barrera is live at the studio tonight to explain. Daisy.
Marcy Ryan, the checks worth over $6,000 look as real as they get. They name legitimate companies as the sender and even arrived via priority mail. Chief Orlando Rodriguez says it's a sophisticated scheme, but warns people once your money's gone, it's hard to get back.
If they can actually target me at my workplace, at the police department, I mean, they'll stop at nowhere.
Just based on how these checks look, it's difficult to tell they are fraudulent. Even more so because the alleged senders are both legitimate companies, one a university in Washington, D.C., and the other an instruments company out of North Carolina. To top it off, they arrived at the desk of Brownsville Police Chief Orlando Rodriguez via priority mail.
People actually will produce checks, through sophisticated printers. It's just almost like counterfeit money. Unless you know what you're looking for, it may get past you.
Chief Rodriguez says his first thought was that these checks, with a combined value of over $6,000, were refund checks from one of the department's vendors. But upon further research, they simply turned out to be fakes. It's unlikely the scammers purposely targeted a police chief, but now that the scam fell right in his hands, Chief Rodriguez is warning those more likely to be targets.
And it's usually going to be the elderly that are targeted because they're very trusting still. They don't realize how these things work.
Chief Rodriguez says the scammers are sending these checks with instructions to send a partial payment back and keep the rest of the money. But he's urging that before people take that step, they investigate with the sender and their bank, no matter how legitimate the checks may look. He says once the money is gone from your account, it's very hard to get it back, even if the scammers are caught.
These checks are circulating in the Brownsville area, probably throughout the valley, and don't fall victim to this con.
Chief Rodriguez says with these type of schemes, it can take time to track down the con artists. The police department is now working with federal authorities on this case. In the studio, Daisy Barrera, Action 4 News.